The year is 1960. The capital city of Delhi stops at Lodi Colony. Delhi Public School is still partially in tents. And from St. Stephen's College emerges a young man, a fresh graduate ready to leave his footsteps on the sands of time. A young man who joins his father's business. This is Sushil Ansal.
Well, my father was very keen that I should go into Indian administrative service. Somehow, I was more fascinated with brick and mortar and the contracting work that he was doing. Also, I felt that providing homes was a basic necessity of life which we were providing. So, I was able to ultimately persuade both my father and mother to let me go into construction business.
This is someone who has known both success and failure, long struggle and easy victory, and has risen every time he has fallen.
He was जिसको आप कहें ना कि सही मैंने में entrepreneur, looking after the whole community as it were. अगर छोटा है तो भाई family है तो भाई गांव है तो भाई शहर.
The man who built the city's first ever high-rise and named it Akash Deep, the lamp of the skies.
Akash Deep turned out to be a great success. The investors were happy, they made money. The tenants were happy, they were very comfortable. So we ventured to go to our first residential high-rise building in 1970 called Asha Deep.
We must have been one of his first customers in one of his first projects. And since then, this has been a home to us and our children also.
Spurred by its success, Sushil lined up project after project, all within walking distance of this dream debut.
Horizontal development in townships are not permitted as per the Delhi government's policies. We therefore thought of expanding to the suburbs, and Gurgaon was the automatic natural growth area. My friends, my colleagues and my investor friends said that it will be too much of a risk to shift to Gurgaon. But somehow I had vision, I had faith that if we will build, they will come.
Yes, they came in great multitude, not only in India, but outside as well. With residential and commercial buildings in several countries, Ansals made their presence felt in the global arena.
Back in 1988 or 1987, when there was some work to be done outside India and there was a paucity of foreign exchange also. There was a possibility of earning some foreign exchange by traveling to foreign countries and working there as a construction team. He has always sought new fields. He has actually sought what is known in the business jargon as blue lagoons, where other people have not gone in. He has gone in and he has very successfully shown other people as to how to do whatever he wanted to do.
His entrepreneurial skills, along with his ability to foresee the future, made him a leader and an agent of policy change. He led several delegations to various countries seeking business for India. The Ansals had to cater to a new kind of market and build for a more contemporary India.
One of the things that happened during that time was that the smaller cities started making plans. But this was not happening in India before. We saw that there's an opportunity which existed in this tier 2 and tier 3 cities. In smaller cities, we found that as soon as we showed these developed townships to them, a lot of people started coming out from their kuchas and mohallas and started buying land development here. What we also discovered that if we can provide them good schools, good educational centers, good clubs, it will add to the quality of life. We first built the social infrastructure and the physical infrastructure, and people came in thousands to buy these things. So tier 2, tier cities, perhaps we were one of the first developers to go there on large scale.
And so, as early as 1993, the Ansals had a pan-Indian presence with main focus on northern India, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Karnataka.
I only know him as a businessman because I see large mansions, buildings in the name of Ansal. As a person, I met Sushil Ansal, I think around 1977-78. You immediately feel that there is a warm person standing before you and smiling all the time, and you want to befriend him, you want to be closer to him. One thing very specially struck me about Sushil, that I have never saw him a tense person.
He gave Delhi and North India its first ever shopping mall, the Ansal Plaza. A mall which over the years evolved as a one-stop destination for shoppers.
मैंने इनकी पुस्तक को पिछले 5-6 दिन में कई बार पढ़ा। उसमें सुशील अंसल जी की बहुत बड़ी मेहनत, विजन, लगन और ईमानदारी है। जब मैं इनकी किताब पढ़ रहा था तो एक अंदर का एक और इनका दिल और चेहरा मुझे देखने को मिला, जिसमें ये बिजनेस की सक्सेस के साथ साथ इनके अंदर बहुत ही संवेदना भी है, और वो संवेदना है, ये धार्मिक भी है, ये गरीबों को सहायता भी करते हैं, ये एजुकेशन में बहुत काम कर रहे हैं और ये मेडिकल साइड में बहुत काम कर रहे हैं, हॉस्पिटल और उनके माध्यम से।
Mr. Sushil Ansal is one such name in the domain of township development and real estate. Brick by brick, release here is a fitting tribute to the vision of Shri Sushil Ansal. I am sure the satisfaction of having been able to create infrastructure which a city, a state and a country can be proud of is far greater than creating wealth.
Sushil is one of the doyens of the real estate development in India and has over the years achieved a number of distinguished accolades. Sushil is known as being an innovator and a risk taker who forged his own management philosophy and has had the foresight to see the changing landscape of the real estate over the decades. Despite his achievements, Sushil, as we all know, is very humble and down-to-earth human being.
Sushil is also a member of a very large family. A family blessed to have him as its patriarch.
What is perhaps less known about him is that he wants to pay back to society under his CSR initiatives. Mr. Ansal is always there for Shanti Sahyog when we need him. Shanti Sahyog, in fact, is privileged to come under the ambit of the Ansal API CSR activities and to have a very reliable friend in Mr. Sushil Ansal.
The fundamental building block of society is education. And this is what Sushil realized early in his career and focused on establishing quality institutes at par with international standards, thus enabling Indian youth to get the best education in the country.
It is because of his passion and interest in architecture and architecture profession that he agreed to set up the School of Architecture. His faith and confidence in people like me, his associates, and we went all out. I think we created an institution which we were all proud.
Mr. Sushil Ansal and his father, Shri Chiranjeev Lal, always had a vision of education. And I would say that our chairman has fulfilled that intangible dream of his father by making it very tangible by bringing up schools 30 years ago.
This is the next generation of a proud and resurgent India. A generation whose building blocks have been laid by the builder of over 1 million Indian homes.
Sushil is one of the pioneers in the real estate business in India is concerned. The growth is phenomenal And I am sure, I have no doubt that with his son, they will reach the highest position in the coming years. There are a lot of good, memorable memories to share. One of them was when they were blessed with pranam. खुदा ने कहा तू दोस्ती ना कर, दोस्ती में तू कभी खो जाएगा. मैंने खुदा से कहा तू ज़मीं पे आके मेरे दोस्त से मिल, तू भी उस पे फिदा हो जाएगा.
A catalyst in his success, his family has always been a source of tremendous strength.
I think I've been very fortunate to be born to such an illustrious father. He has some very sterling qualities, and few of them which I would like to imbibe in myself. One of his, I think, most unique qualities is even the people in our office, and we must be having over 1,000 people. He treats each and every one as a family member.
He has been more than a father to me, and I'm thankful to him for all the love and life's valuable lessons. His fighting spirit, his gentle nature have always been an inspiration to all of us.
Far from the maddening crowd, this is where Sushil, the master builder of an empire, finds himself completely at ease, donning a different cap, that of a husband, a father, a granddad.
As a father, he's always been very caring and very supportive, and he's influenced each and every aspect of my life. I wish I could be even 1/10 like him.
I told Daddy that I said I lost my father before I got married, but I gained a father after I got married, and that is the relationship that is there between the two of us.
A busy man has time for everything, a lazy man has time for nothing. And I think that's a comment that he truly believes in and lives by.
He's very human, he's very simple by nature and very determined towards a goal, a focus in life. He's very protective as far as the family is concerned, goes out of way to do anything for the family members. He will sacrifice anything for the family members. The grandchildren are his heart and soul.
My journey has been one of ups and downs. It has not been a bed of roses. I also have come to the conclusion there's no shortcut to success. Well, to my son and my grandsons, I would like to tell them that creation of wealth and expansion of business is not the goal in life. It is very important to do business with good ethics in business and have correct values of life. That is what leads to real happiness and contentment. This is what I inherited from my father, and I will pass it on to my children and grandchildren.
Brick by brick, building by building, dream by dream, vision by vision, a life has been lived. A life made more fruitful, not just for its own achievements, but by what it has done for others. Sushil Ansal, builder extraordinaire of India, builds homes and nurtures hearts and hopes. The first, brick by brick. The second, dream by dream.